Hi, today I'm going to do a little film about French pharmacies and the things that I like to buy there. Because often when I'm in Paris and I'm doing this kind of shopping and I tweet and then people say, "What are you buying?" And I'm usually buying that much stuff that it's quite hard to tweet about it, so I thought I'd make a video. I love French pharmacies. I used to live in Paris in the early 90s and I was there for 3 years and I probably spent quite a lot of several days, if you put it all together, just walking, or weeks even, just walking around French pharmacies. I just like them because they're quite small and charming and a little bit old-fashioned in a way compared to UK sort of high street chemists. And the products I've always found to be really great, very effective and great quality. So I'm just going to mention some of my favourites and the things that I usually love to buy. So I did a bit of a dash. I was in Paris working with Kate Winslet, and she had some press to do and some TV, and then she was getting a César, which is a bit like a French Oscar, on the Saturday. On the Friday, actually, on the Friday night. And so that was amazing. She got like a Lifetime Achievement Award. And then on Saturday morning, I had a couple of hours free. So I went on a dash and grabbing all the things that I like. So I'm going to start with the Bioderma, because you've seen me mention this before. I've got it I use it in my makeup removing video as well. And this is something I always have in my kit, and I have done for years and years and years, because it's very effective. It takes makeup off, but it's also brilliant for sensitive skin, or even people that haven't got sensitive skin. It's just very gentle. So for things like fashion shows, when girls are arriving with loads of makeup on, you have to take it off really quickly. Or for beauty stories where I'm doing an editorial and there's maybe 3 or 4 looks in a day. So you're taking off the makeup and putting on more and taking it off and putting it on. I always find that to be really effective and doesn't ever aggravate the skin, so that's really good. Also from Bioderma, I always love these, what's it called? Hydrobeau Leger and Hydrobeau Riche. And these are both creams for very dehydrated skin that is also sensitive. And because I work with lots of people that tend to get off planes and their skin's really dehydrated, I use these loads, and I bought some new ones as well. The lighter textured one is for dehydrated skin, and the rich one is for very dehydrated skin. And they're not too greasy. They're really good for under makeup, which is why I always have them in my kit. And I do find that they really kind of quench the skin and sort of plump it up and desensitize it. And I've used that for quite a few years, and I really, really like it. They also have a range for pore refining, and this is their pore refining cream, and it's just for tightening pores, and it's a nice primer for somebody that has got quite oily skin. And again, if you're a little bit sensitive as well, it's quite good, because I find the whole of the Bioderma range is good for sensitive skin. So I also love to buy La Roche-Posay, and back then when I used to buy it, you couldn't really buy it in the UK, which you can now, although it's not available everywhere here. It's more like Selfridges or big departments, Boots, or bigger sort of pharmacies, rather than chemists, rather than, you can't really buy it in every single place. So I will buy stuff from them. I like this. This is for my kit again. Their redness reducing Rosaliec. It's the Perfecting Anti-Redness Moisturiser, and it's a green one. It's quite green, but it's really fine. So it's very, very soothing, and again, just really helps with the redness. So that's a good one to have in my kit. And I love the Effaclar H range for anyone that's got spots and pimples and problem skin, oily skin. They do some renewal creams that you can use every day that sort of exfoliate but also cleanse the skin, unblock pores and things, which are brilliant. But this one that I have in my kit I like this because it's good for people who've been taking Roaccutane. It's described as a compensating moisturiser for oily skin. So for anyone that's either been taking medication like Roaccutane or using products for their acne and spots that have made their skin very fragile. So they've still got the oily skin, but it's been made very fragile, and this is exactly what it does. It won't block the pores or be too heavy, but it will compensate that fragility, which is a really good thing. The Cetoplast range, which I used there's a thinner version of this, like almost like a primer, which I used in my acne covering video. And I think the range is more designed for people who've had chemical peels or had some kind of procedure, and it's really about repairing the skin. And this is the soothing, repairing balm in that range. And it's quite thick, but it's not too gloopy or too thick, but you can feel it's really, gonna sort out any chapped skin or broken skin, or skin maybe that has eczema or problems like that. And also good for hands. They do a really nice, I've just got some of these because they're good for my kit. They do this obviously comes in a bigger tube. This is the body cream they do for replacing the lipids for people who've got problems with their body skin. Again, psoriasis and eczema and things. And it's an anti-irritation, so it's also anti-scratch. So if you've got some kind of something that makes you, you scratch your legs all the time, I find that to be a really, really good product. Another range that I like to buy is Nukes. I feel quite close to this brand because I think, in the early 90s, and I was doing fashion shows in Paris, and this girl I was working with, she gave me a bag of these products. This is my friend's just launching this brand, and she gave me some of the stuff, so I feel like I was sort of there from the beginning. And it's such a lovely brand anyway. And I love their Rêve de Miel lip balm. And the reason I like it is because it's matte. And there aren't that many lip balms that aren't shiny or really, really kind of sit on top of the skin. So if you're someone that doesn't like that shine, that most lip balms give you, it just looks very, very natural, like you haven't got anything on your lips at all. This is good for me because in my kit, if I'm going to do like a red lip or a really strong lip on someone, I don't want to have that really slippy, shiny surface to work on top of. Likewise, if for a picture I wanted it to look like a nice moisturised lip but not a shiny lip, then that's a really good thing to have. So I buy that. I like their Vino Source products. This is actually their quenching dehydrated skin moisturiser. And I also use their serum for brightening skin. I actually use that one on myself. And I love their Beauty Elixir. I like the little one because I like to have it in my handbag, and it's brilliant for travelling. Not so much even just for spraying on the skin. What I like to do is, because it has quite a lot of essential oils in, I like to sort of spray it in my hand, rub my hands together, and then just breathe it in. It just smells so amazing. If you're on a long flight, or you're feeling a bit sick, or you're just, on a long car journey or something, it's so uplifting, the scent. And then I like to just pat it into the skin. And even if you've got makeup on, it just sort of freshens up all of your makeup. Makes it look nice and moist and fresh again. So I like having that with me just as a kind of pick-me-up, really. Another brand that I like is Avène. They're quite similar in terms of the sort of problems they treat. They're quite similar to La Roche-Posay, but they do have the sort of redness cream and the anti-shine cream, and they are very good. And I asked for a sample of this at the weekend because they do a chronic redness relief, which is stronger than normal redness relief. I haven't actually tried it yet, so I'm quite interested to see if that's good for someone with really intense redness. And also that might be quite good for just localized redness. So if I use like a regular moisturizer on someone and they've just got, they're very red here, I could maybe just try that out. As I say, I haven't tried it yet. So I always buy something that I've never used before, just because I like to. And this time I bought Diabolique Tomate by a brand called Garancia. Looks like Spanish, but it's not, it's French. And this, I liked it because it said it was a water cream. I wanted this for myself. It said anti-aging water cream. And it's, I've been using it for about the last 3 days. It's like that. It's got lots of antioxidants in from the tomatoes. But it just like becomes water when you put it on the skin, which really appeals to me because I'm a bit of a serum junkie and I don't like heavy cream. So I've really been enjoying using that. I've used it night and day actually for about the last 3 or 4 days. But we'll see how that goes. I also bought these, which are Coupe Eclat, and these are lifting ampules. So these are in little glass bottles, and I'm waiting for a special occasion to try those out. Lifting and tightening, and I've used something like that before. I haven't used that brand, but I've used something like that before from French pharmacies, and they tend to be quite good. What else? Oh, I must mention the pharmacies that I like to go to. There's one huge pharmacy called the street is called Rue de Fort, and it's quite near Saint-Germain-des-Prés, and it's kind of like a stack 'em high and sell 'em cheap. It's not the most charming of all the pharmacies, but they have everything. The shelves are just packed with stuff. It's always mad busy, and they sell things really cheap. They do lots of really big bumper sizes, like super large sizes, and they put things in value packs as well. So if you kind of know what you're going for, that's a really good one to go for, because you can get the best quality, the best value, I should say, on just about everything, especially if you're going to buy in bulk. The other thing that they do there, which is quite interesting, is they have made their own copies of a lot of their bestsellers. So it's called City Pharma, and it's Rue de Fort. But they have done L'Essentials, and this is obviously their copy of Bioderma's Creolin, and they've also copied some of their other best-selling things. I don't think it's as good as the Bioderma, in my opinion, but it is a lot cheaper. It's about half the price, and it's unbelievably reasonably priced. So if you're on a really big budget, I think they have got some good things there. Apart from that, I just go to any pharmacy. There are some that I like to go to particularly, but they're all really lovely. Some of them just have, like, some of them have Bioderma, but they don't have La Roche-Posay. Other ones will have Vichy, but they won't, and they'll have Embryolisse, but they won't have something else. So you have to go to a few, but there's one on practically every street. So if you've got time on your hands and you like looking around foreign chemists, as I do, I think you'll really enjoy it. I think that's everything that I was going to mention. I just want to double check. Yes, I think it is. Yeah. I mean, there are other things that I like as well, but I don't want to go on forever. They're my sort of main things that I always make a beeline for. So I hope that was interesting, and I'll see you soon.